devotion of the Kapampangan faithful, Bishop Cesar Maria Guerrero, the Bishop of the Holy See, the canonical coronation of the image under the title of the Virgen de los Remedios, Hinduning Kapandanan, Tula ng Kapampangan, Mother of Remedy, Joy of the Kapampangans. The request was granted when Pope Pius XII issued the decree of canonical coronation on July 15, 1956. On September 8, 1956, Virgen de los Remedios was solemnly canonically crowned at the Pampanga provincial grounds. Thousands of devoted Catholics from Pampanga and neighboring provinces gathered to witness the historic celebration, a testament to the enduring faith, love, and devotion of the Kapampangan people to their beloved mother. Today, her mission continues from parish to parish, from home to home. Virgen de los Remedios continue to bring hope, reconciliation, healing, and enduring reminder that through Mary, we are always led to Jesus Christ. In the 1950s, the faith and lives of the Kapampangan people were under threat as Pampanga became a breeding ground for communism. The Most Reverend Cesar Maria Guerrero, the first bishop of the Diocese of San Fernando, witnessed the social unrest affecting the families and parishes he visited. Recognizing the urgent need to strengthen both faith and community, Bishop Guerrero envisioned a movement that will counter the growing influence of communism through Christian faith, unity, and evangelization. On the third Sunday of February 1952, he established Cruzada de Caridad y Buena Voluntad, the crusade of charity and goodwill. Alongside the crusaders, the Damas de Caridad was organized to collect dalama, voluntary offerings intended to assist the poor and the less fortunate. The title Virgen de los Remedios, meaning Our Lady of Remedies, was chosen because it reflected the needs of the province, a people seeking healing, hope, and God's remedy amid difficult times. The crusade officially began on May 1, 1952, carrying an image of Our Lady from the parish of Baliti, San Fernando, Pampanga. Wherever she traveled, holy masses were celebrated, the Holy Rosary was prayed, missions were conducted, and the Lama collection grew remarkably, allowing the Church to extend the charity to those in need. This became the enduring mission of Virgen de los Remedios in every town and parish she visited. On November 23, the movement was renamed the Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad, the Crusade of Penance and Charity. A new image of Virgen de los Remedios was introduced together with the image of Santo Cristo del Perdón. This powerful pairing reminded the faithful that the Blessed Virgin always leads us to her Son, Jesus Christ. Ad Jesum per Maria. to Jesus through Mary. It also called the people to repentance, conversion, and reparation for their sins. As the crusade continued throughout Pampanga, the influence of communism gradually diminished. In many homes, replicas of the Virgen Remedios was enshrined near the main entrance as a sign of faith and protection. Countless people returned to the church, lives were transformed, and many extraordinary favors and miracles were attributed to the loving intercession of the Blessed Virgin. Moved by the profound devotion of the Kapampangan faithful, Bishop Cesar Maria Guerrero petitioned the Holy See the canonical coronation of the image under the title of the Virgen Remedios, Induni Kapandanan, Tula ng Kapampangan, Mother of Memory, Joy of the Kapampangans. The request was granted when Pope Pius XII issued the decree of canonical coronation on July 15, 1956. On September 8, 1956, Virgen de los Remedios was solemnly canonically crowned at the Pampanga Provincial Grounds. Thousands of devoted Catholics from Pampanga and neighboring provinces gathered to witness the historic celebration, a testament to the enduring faith, love, and devotion of the Kapampangan people to their beloved mother. Today, her mission continues from parish to parish, from home to home. Virgen de los Remedios continue to bring hope, reconciliation, healing, and enduring reminder that through Mary, we are always led to Jesus Christ. In the 1950s, the faith and lives of the Kapampangan people were under threat as Pampanga became a breeding ground for communism. The Most Reverend Cesar Maria Guerrero, the first bishop of the Diocese of San Fernando, witnessed the social unrest affecting the families and parishes he visited. Recognizing the urgent need to strengthen both faith and community, Bishop Guerrero envisioned a movement that will counter the growing influence of communism through Christian faith, unity, and evangelization. On the third Sunday of February 1952, he established Cruzada de Caridad y Buena Voluntad, the crusade of charity and goodwill. Alongside the Crusaders, the Damas de Caridad was organized to collect dalaga, voluntary offerings intended to assist the poor and the less fortunate. The title Virgen de los Remedios, meaning Our Lady of Remedies, was chosen because it reflected the needs of the province, a people seeking healing, hope, and God's remedy in difficult times. The crusade officially began on May 1, 1952, carrying an image of Our Lady from the parish of Baliti, San Fernando, Pampanga. Wherever she traveled, holy masses were celebrated, the Holy Rosary was prayed, missions were conducted, and the Lamat collection grew remarkably, allowing the Church to to extend the charity to those in need. This became the enduring mission of the Angelos Remedios in every town and parish she visited. On November 23, the movement was renamed the Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad, the Crusade of Penance and Charity. A new image of the Angelos Remedios was introduced together with the image of Santo Cristo del Perdón. This powerful pairing reminded the faithful that the Blessed Virgin always leads us to her Son, Jesus Christ. Ad Jesum per Maria, to Jesus through Mary. It also called the people to repentance, conversion, and reparation for their sins. As the crusade continued throughout Pampanga, the influence of communism gradually diminished. In many homes, replicas of the Angelos Remedios was enshrined near the main entrance as a sign of faith and protection. Countless people returned to the church, lives were transformed, and many extraordinary favors and miracles were attributed to the loving intercession of the Blessed Virgin. Moved by the profound devotion of the Kapampangan faithful, Bishop Cesar Maria Guerrero petitioned the Holy See the canonical coronation of the image under the title of the Angelos Remedios, Hinduling Katandanan, Tula ng Kapampangan, Mother of Memory, Joy of the Kapampangans. The request was granted when Pope Pius XII issued the decree of canonical coronation on July 15, 1956. On September 8, 1956, the Angelos Remedios were solemnly canonically crowned at the Pampanga Provincial Grounds. Thousands of devoted Catholics from Pampanga and neighboring provinces gathered to witness the historic celebration, a testament to the enduring faith, love, and devotion of the Kapampangan people to their beloved mother. Today, her mission continues from parish to parish, from home to home. The Angelos Remedios continue to bring hope, reconciliation, healing, and enduring reminder that through Mary, we are always led to Jesus Christ. In the 1950s, the faith and lives of the Kapampangan people were under threat as Pampanga became a breeding ground for communism. The Most Reverend Cesar Maria Guerrero, the first bishop of the Diocese of San Fernando, witnessed the social unrest affecting the families and parishes he visited. Recognizing the urgent need to strengthen both faith and community, Bishop Guerrero envisioned a movement that will counter the growing influence of communism through Christian faith, unity, and evangelization. On the third Sunday of February 1952, he established Cruzada de Caridad y Buena Voluntad, the Crusade of Charity and Goodwill. Alongside the Crusaders, the Damas de Caridad was organized to collect dalamat, voluntary offerings intended to assist the poor and the less fortunate. The title Virgen de los Remedios, meaning Our Lady of Remedies, was chosen because it reflected the needs of the province, a people seeking healing, hope, and God's remedy in difficult times. The crusade officially began on May 1, 1952, carrying an image of Our Lady from the parish of Baliti, San Fernando, Pampanga. Wherever she traveled, holy masses were celebrated, the Holy Rosary was prayed, missions were conducted, and the Laman collection grew remarkably, allowing the Church to extend the charity to those in need. This became the enduring mission of the Virgen de los Remedios in every town and parish she visited. On November 23, the movement was renamed the Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad, the Crusade of Penance and Charity. A new image of the Virgen de los Remedios was introduced together with the image of Santo Cristo del Perdón. This powerful pairing reminded the faithful that the Blessed Virgin always leads us to her Son, Jesus Christ. Advesum per Maria, to Jesus through Mary. It also called the people to repentance, conversion, and reparation for their sins. As the crusade continued throughout Pampanga, the influence of communism gradually diminished. In many homes, replicas of the Virgen de los Remedios was enshrined.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Green Manor. We're delighted to have you with us this afternoon for Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga. Please proceed with the registration table. Nung aligay po makapag-register. And in a few minutes po, the program will shortly start. Thank you po.
Of the Blessed Virgin. Moved by the profound devotion of the Kapampangan faithful, Bishop Cesar Maria Guerrero petitioned the Holy See, the canonical coronation of the image under the title of the Virgen de los Remedios, Hinduling Kapandanan, Tulak ng Kapampangan, Mother of Remedy, Joy of the Kapampangans. The request was granted when Pope Pius XII issued the decree of canonical coronation on July 15, 1956. On September 8, 1956, Virgen de los Remedios was solemnly canonically crowned at the Pampanga Provincial Grounds. Thousands of devoted Catholics from Pampanga and neighboring provinces gathered to witness the historic celebration, a testament to the enduring faith, love, and devotion of the Kapampangan people to their beloved Mother. Today, her mission continues from parish to parish, from home to home. Virgen de los Remedios continue to bring hope, reconciliation, healing, and enduring reminder that through Mary, we are always led to Jesus Christ. In the 1950s, the faith and lives of the Kapampangan people were under threat as Pampanga became a breeding ground for communism. The Most Reverend Cesar Maria Guerrero, the first bishop of the Diocese of San Fernando, witnessed the social unrest affecting the families and parishes he visited. Recognizing the urgent need to strengthen both faith and community, Bishop Guerrero envisioned a movement that will counter the growing influence of communism through Christian faith, unity, and evangelization. On the third Sunday of February 1952, he established Cruzada de Caridad y Buena Voluntad, the crusade of charity and goodwill. Alongside the Crusaders, the Damas de Caridad was organized to collect dalamat, voluntary offerings intended to assist the poor and the less fortunate. The title Virgen de los Remedios, meaning Our Lady of Remedies, was chosen because it reflected the needs of the province, a people seeking healing, hope, and God's remedy in difficult times. The crusade officially began on May 1, 1952, carrying an image of Our Lady from the parish of Baliti, San Fernando, Pampanga. Wherever she traveled, holy masses were celebrated. The Holy Rosary was.
May we invite everyone to please settle down as we will be starting our program in a few minutes. Once again, welcome to Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga.
This became the enduring mission of Virgen de los Remedios in every town and parish she visited. On November 23, the movement was renamed the Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad, the Crusade of Penance and Charity. A new image of Virgen de los Remedios was introduced together with the image of Santo Cristo del Perdón. This powerful pairing reminded the faithful that the Blessed Virgin always leads us to her Son, Jesus Christ. Ad Jesum per Maria, to Jesus through Mary. It also called the people to repentance, conversion, and reparation for their sins. As the crusade continued throughout Pampanga, the influence of communism gradually diminished. In many homes, replicas of the Virgen de los Remedios was enshrined near the main entrance as a sign of faith and protection. Countless people returned to the church, lives were transformed, and many extraordinary favors and miracles were
A pleasant afternoon to everyone. On behalf of DWBL 91.9 Bright FM and the kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas, welcome to Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga here at Green Manor, Lazatin Boulevard, City of San Fernando. This afternoon, we gather for a meaningful conversation on a deeply cherished part of Pampanga's Catholic heritage. 70 years of devotion, penance, and charity, the Pampanga legacy of the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdón. This gathering brings together members of the broadcast community, church leaders, advocates, and our guests who share a common appreciation for faith, history, culture, and the traditions that continue to shape our Kapampangan identity. At this point, Paul, allow me to acknowledge the presence of our friends and colleagues from the broadcast and media community here in Pampanga. We are pleased to have with us representatives from our various radio stations, television networks, and media organizations who continue to play an important role in keeping our communities informed and connected. We also warmly welcome the representatives of our KBP member organizations and media partners who are here with us this afternoon. To all of you, thank you for taking the time to be part of today's Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga. Bistaman po mauran, miras tamo po kening safe at ala naman po ngaliwang milyari. Sana po makadatangla pa rin mapilan ng po rin ngaliwa po keni king kakatamong event. And of course, to formally begin our program, let us first put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. May I invite everyone to please rise for the invocation to be led by Reverend Father Joseph Mary D. Bakay, Standards Performance Officer.
Let us put ourselves into the presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Our ever-loving and merciful God, you have gathered us today as officers and members of the KBP Pampanga chapter for our monthly Kapihan meeting. United in our shared call to serve, inform, and inspire through the airwaves and print. We ask for your divine presence to be with us throughout this gathering. Lord, bless all our media practitioners in Pampanga. Grant us wisdom, fairness, and the unwavering pursuit of truth as we deliver news and stories to the communities we serve. Guide our words so that they may build bridges, foster unity, and bring hope. We pray in a very special way for all our guest speakers joining us today, Ms. Edna Gueco, Father Jess Manabat, and Brother Vic Hinco, as they share the long-standing history, traditions, and the preparations for the upcoming 70th canonical coronation of our beloved patroness in Pampanga, Induning Kapaldanan, the Virgen de los Remedios, along with her son, the Santo Cristo del Perdon. Fill them with your spirit, and may their engagement today deepen our Kapampangan faith and Marian devotion. Lord, we also lift up to you our brothers and sisters in Pampanga who are currently suffering due to the heavy rains and floods. Wrap them in your tender care, protect them from all harm, and bring swift relief and comfort to every families in distress. Use us through our media platforms as instruments of help and hope for them. All this we pray for in the mighty name of your Son, Jesus, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you very much, Father Pep. Malyarita na pong luklok. And now we proceed to the introduction of our invited resource speakers. This afternoon's theme brings us to a story that goes beyond history. It is a story of faith, devotion, sacrifice, charity, and a tradition that has been carried by generations of Kapampangans. To help us understand this legacy from different perspectives, we are honored to have three distinguished guests with us this afternoon. Our first resource speaker is Reverend Father Jesus G. Manabat, Chairman of the Virgen de los Remedios Cruzada Permanent Committee and Parish Priest of Santa Cruz Parish in Lubao. Father Jess has been involved in the pastoral mission surrounding the devotion to the Virgen de los Remedios, and this afternoon, he will lead us into the history of the Virgen de los Remedios and the devotion that has become an important part of Pampanga's spiritual heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, let us warmly welcome Reverend Father Jesus G. Manabat. Our second resource speaker is Brother Vic Hinco, the St. John Marie Vianney Vicariate Coordinator and President of the Archdiocesan Council of the Laity. His experience in church ministry and lay formation gives us another perspective on how faith and devotion are lived through community, participation, and service. Please welcome Brother Vic Hinco. And completing our panel this afternoon is Ms. Edna L. Gueco, the author of O Indu. Through her work and writing, she offers us another perspective on the stories, traditions, and experiences that form part of our Kapampangan heritage. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Edna Gueco. Thank you po. And now, to take us deeper into the story behind this 70-year legacy, we begin with the history of the Virgen de los Remedios. May we once again welcome Reverend Father Jesus G. Manabat.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at sa lahat po ng mga nakikinig at kasama natin sa ating pagtatalakay sa kwento ng ating mahal na Virgen de los Remedios. naway sa ating pagtitipon ngayon, magkaroon tayo ng biyaya na maging maliwanag sa atin ano nga ba ang kwento ng debosyon natin sa ating mahal na Virgen Maria. I would like to start our history in 1948 of December. It was in 1948 of December when San Fernando, Pampanga, was created as a diocese. Dati-dati ang Pampanga po ay kasama ng Manila bilang isang ordinaryong probinsya. Subalit noong 1948 of December, nagkaroon ng isang napakalaking biyaya na pinagkaloob para sa mga Kapampangan. At ito nga ang naging dahilan kung bakit tinawag ang Pampanga bilang isang diocese. At ang kauna-unahang naging obispo po natin noon ay si Bishop Cesar Maria Guerrero. At bilang isang bagong halal na obispo, isa sana napaka-importanting ginawa ni Bishop Cesar Guerrero ay yung pastoral visit dito sa buong lalawigan ng Pampanga. At siya po ay pumupunta sa iba't ibang dako ng Pampanga, especially the parishes during that time. In 1948, there were only about, kung di po ako magkakamali, there were only about 48 parishes within Pampanga. Today, we already have 98 parishes in 2026. Ganito po kalaki ang pagkakaiba nung ngayon at nung noon. At noong si Bishop Guerrero ay nagkakaroon ng pastoral visit for about 3 years. 3 taon niyang ginagawa ito na umiikot, kagaya ng isang mabuting pastol, inaalam niya at tinitignan niya ano ba ang magandang makakatulong para umusbong ang pananampalataya ng mga Kapampangan. At habang siya ay umiikot sa iba't ibang mga parokya, marami po siyang nakita at nadiskubre. Isa na dito ang malawak na lupain dito sa Pampanga at napakarami po ng mga magsasaka. At nakita rin ng ating obispong ito ang pangangailangan, lalong-lalo na po ang relasyon ng mga magsasaka doon sa mga may-ari ng mga sakahan o tinatawag natin yung mga nagtatrabaho sa lupa at mga may kaya doon sa may-ari ng lupain. At nakita rin ni Bishop Guerrero kung papaanong ang mga Kapampangan po, kahit na noong panahong iyon, ay madasalin, malapit sa simbahan. Subalit, ayon sa kwento, nung nakita ng ating butihing obispo ito, merong siyang isang famous statement na naipahayag sa mga Kapampangan, which I hope I can pronounce it properly sa Espanyol. Sabi po ni Bishop Guerrero, "Aquí in Pampanga hay mucha piedad, pero poco caridad." Naimburi ng sabyan nita, ketiking Pampanga, ding Kapampangan, mapangadila, mapanyimbala, dapat dimut in karelang lugod. And it was actually a moment for the Kapampangans perhaps to reflect, because the statement of this bishop is indeed very important to note. Ano nga ba naman ang nagiging bunga ng pagsisimba kung ang mga Kapampangan ng mga panahong iyon ay wala silang mga pagmamahal, lalong-lalo na sa mga kapuspalat. And so, with that, the bishop started to pinulong niya yung ilang mga leaders dito sa Pampanga at pumili po siya ng mga kababahihan na maaaring makatulong, lalong-lalo na yung may kaya. At tinawag niya itong mga damas de caridad. Mga mababait na mga Kapampangan na kayang tumulong, lalong-lalo na kung ano yung gagawin na hadikain ng obispo. And it was through this constant prayer and meetings that the good bishop started to naisilang ang isang debosyon, na tinawag niyang krusada the Crusade of Charity and Goodwill. At anong pakay nito? Para ang mga Kapampangan ay magkaroon ng pagkakataon na maipakita nila ang pagmamahal na bunga ng kanilang pagsisimba, pagdedebosyon. At ang pinili po niyang maging imahen ng krusadang ito ay ang mahal na Virhen de los Remedios. For a simple reason, marami ang nagdidebosyon sa mahal na Birhen, Our Lady of Remedy. Although the first choice was the Our Lady of Sorrow, during the time na nagkakaroon sila ng meeting, it was the Virhen de los Remedios na talagang nakitaan na ito ang gagamitin. Pangalawa, si Bishop Guerrero ay galing mismo dito sa Malate na ang kanilang patron ay ang mahal na Virhen. And so he has also that special connection with the Lady, Our Lady of Remedy. Kaya nga po, noong taong 1952, Mayo 1952, ito ang kauna-unahan paglabas ng krusada na inumpisahan doon sa Masantol na ang parokya noon ay ang San Miguel Arcangel. Bakit? Dalawang bagay. Unang-una, ang Masantol po ay isa sa pinakamalayong parokya. At alam naman natin, lalo na sa panahong ito, kung ano ang Masantol. Ano po? Pangalawa, dahil nung mga panahong iyon, it was in the late 1940s, like in 1949, 1950, 1951, wag po nating kalilimutan na katatapos pa lamang ng gera. Yung World War II. And so, mahirap ang kabuhayan. At nagkakaroon din ng mga problema lalong-lalo na yung sa tinatawag nating kapayapaan sa buong lalawigan ng Pampanga. At ito pong krusadang itong naitatag ng ating butihing si Bishop Guerrero, ito ang isa sa naging magandang bunga dahil sa tulong din ng gobernador noong mga panahon iyon, si Gobernador Rafael Lasatin. Sila po ay nagtulong na magkaroon ng isang magandang relasyon sa bawat isa at kung saan man pumunta ang mahal na Virhen, kahit saang parokya, nagtutulungan po ang obispo at ang gobernador noong panahon iyon. At habang ito'y umiikot sa buong lalawigan ng Pampanga for about 2 years, from 1952 until 1954, at natapos ito ng Mayo ng 1954, ibinalik ang Mahal na Virhen Maria, ang imahen ng Mahal na Virhen Maria, doon sa parokya po dito sa Balite. So you will see that the first image that was made use during the first wave of the crusade ay yung imahen dito sa Balite. Para alam natin kung ano yung naging papel ng imaheng ito. However, noong mga panahon na kung saan nakitaan na parang ang mga Kapampangan ay hinihiling na magkaroon ng pangalawang pagkakataon pa para umikot, dito po marahil nagkaroon ng tatawagin natin itong isang purification na panahon dahil nung mga panahong iyon, it was in 1954 that the people of this parish, hindi na nila pinahintulutan na gamitin pa ang kanilang imahen. At dahil dito, ang ating obispo po, si Bishop Guerrero, ay nagpagawa ng isang imahen, and this time, isang medyo mas malaki dito sa una at nabibihisan. At ang kagandahan po nito, nung nagpagawa ang ating obispo, ay isinama ang Santo Cristo del Perdon. So you will see the difference between the first wave of the crusade unto the second wave. Because at the second wave, magkasama ng umikot ang Mahal na Birhen de los Remedios at ang Santo Cristo del Perdon. And there was a renaming of the crusade. From the crusade of charity and goodwill na naging Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad. So there was a renaming. At dito po, magkasama ng pinakita ng ating obispo ang imahen ng Birhen de los Remedios at ng Santo Cristo del Perdon. And so from 1954 to 1956, 2 taon, umikit muli ang imahen, ang magkasama, ang Santo Cristo at ang Birhen de los Remedios. And after that, ng pag-ikot, dun po, noong 1956, dun po nagkaroon ng clamor na galing mula sa ating mga government leaders and even church leaders, together with the priests and also the bishops, that there was a clamor that the Birhen de los Remedios ay magiging patron ng buong lalawigan ng Pampanga. At ang pangalawang naging clamor ay magkaroon ng canonical coronation. That is why, in September 8, 1956, ang kauna-unahang koronasyon ng Mahal na Birhen de los Remedios, which today, this year, 2026, we are celebrating the 70 years anniversary ng koronasyon ng Mahal na Birhen Maria. So doon makikita natin na before the coronation, there were 4 years na umiikot ang Mahal na Birhen. And the crusade ay naumpisahan in 1952. Kaya nga po, pag tayo po ay tinignan natin yung ating timeline, next year, we will be celebrating the 75 years ng Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad. So I think from there makikita natin yung mismong yung crusade. Now, ano ang nangyayari dito sa krusada? Tatlong bagay po. Dito po nakikita yung pag-aaral sa pananampalataya, which is the formation. Meron din pong tinatawag nating mga selebrasyon ng mga sakramento, which is the liturgy. At nandoon din po ang isa sa napaka-importanting sangkap ng krusadang ito ay ang service. Ito yung papaano natin ipinapakita ang ating pagmamahal, pagtutulong, lalong-lalo na sa mga kapuspalad. At sa bawat ikot ng Mahal na Birhen ng krusadang ito, mayroon pong iniipon na mga lamak. Halimbawa, kapag po nagmimisa, nag-o-offer yung mga tao, at yung ino-offer na bigas, canned goods, anything na pwedeng maitulong, iniipon ito. At kung saan man pupunta ang krusada, ito po ay ibinibigay doon sa susunod na parokyang pupuntahan. So, lamak ang tawag natin dito. At ito po ay isa sa napakagandang simbolo na kung saan ang mga tao na kapag nararanasan nila ang debosyon ng Mahal na Birhen, isinisilang ang kabutihan sa kanilang puso. At palagay ko po, makakatulong din si Ma'am Edna dito kung papaano nangyayari ito dahil si Ma'am Edna ay nakapagroon ng pagkakataon tumulong dito sa sakop. At she will have a good, magandang kwento doon sa mga lamak dito sa krusada. So, I think, isa ho sa pwede nating marinig ito bago tayo makapunta doon sa kung ano yung gusto ninyong maitanong. Ano po?
Magandang hapon po. Ang tingin ko po kasi sa lamak, it's a concrete manifestation ng ating devotion. Pero nung nandun po ako sa sakop, kasi po dati ang iniisip ko lang, material goods from one parish, pupunta doon, ipamimigay sa mga mahihirap doon sa susunod na parokya. Ganun lang po. It's a chain of charity, kumbaga. Pero nung nandun po ako sa sakop, it was more than just material goods. Kasi po, like yung 50th year anniversary po ng coronation, yung pong lamak, binigay po sa sakop to fund the scholarship program, yung mga scholar po ng Birhen. Ito po yung mga pinag-aral for whatever courses they want. Kung ano po yung pinili nilang courses, hindi ko na lang po matandaan kung ilan yung mga estudyanteng pinag-aral. But there were a number of students who, Tapos, another coronation po na time na binigay ulit para dun sa mga scholars, para po mas dumami pa. Tapos talaga lahat ng mga nagsimula ng scholarship. Nakikita ko rin po kasi ang lamak. Siguro po dahil galing nga ako sa social action, hindi po ako masyadong naniniwala sa dole-outs. Parang kung dole-outs, mauubusan ka eh. Kasi it's always magpapalabas ka, palaging ganoon, hihingi ka at magpapalabas ka. Pero kung gawin natin itong developmental, example nga yung scholarship, pag yung isang bata ay napag-aral mo, ang tinulungan mo, hindi lang yung bata, yung pamilya niya, kasama siyang maiaahon. Hopefully, it becomes a chain din na siya naman yung magpaaral sa mga kapatid niya. So that's one. Others are livelihood programs. Although hindi po natin masyadong ina-associate dun sa lamak, it's another form na pwede nating gawing kung paano dadalhin yung lamak, kung saan dadalhin yung lamak. That's one thing na yung bang we don't stop at just giving and giving na hanggang doon lang. We go beyond that. We go to the developmental para mas masustain natin ito. Siguro po, babalikan ko rin yung sa sakop dati. Nung nagpinatubo at nagkaroon ng mga resettlement areas, ang alam ko po, binigay yung lupa sa sakop at ginawang resettlement area. Tapos, nagpapatayo ng bahay, pero pinabayad doon sa titira. Alam ko po, ang dami yung nagrereklamo. Di ba donation ito, bakit yung pinapabayad sa atin? Pero ang sabi po noon ni Among Ed, hindi pwedeng ganoon eh. Kasi matitigil tayo. Hanggang sa inyo na lang ito. Pero, kung, like if you pay for it, pag pinaghirapan mo siya, siguro mas mamahalin mo, mas maiintindihan mo yung halaga noon. Also, yung pumasok, pwede mong iikot para makapagpagawa ka pa ng iba pang areas. Makapagpagawa ka pa ng ibang resettlement areas. So yun po ang nakikita ko para sa lamak.
So, I think isa po sa naging magandang nangyari din sa mga Kapampangan, lalo na sa debosyon ng mahal na Virgen Maria. At the time during yung Mount Pinatubo eruption, napakalaki po ng naging papel ng debosyong ito dahil ayon sa mga kwento, dito sila humugot ng lakas, lalo na kapag pumupunta ang krusada sa kanilang lugar at nagbibigay ng panahon para makapagdasal at magbigay ng kagalingan, lalong-lalo na sa mga may sakit po. Dahil sa aking pagkakaalam, may mga kwento rin na isang bunga po ng krusadang ito ay may mga napapagaling na may sakit. Which I think napakagandang binabalikan ito dahil dito natin nakikita na may bunga po talaga ang krusadang ito. So, marahil si Brother Vic, meron siyang maibahagi, lalong-lalo na po sa kanyang profession. Siguro po among sasamantalayin ko na yung pagkakataon na bilang chairman ngayon ng coronation, this very special event natin, yung 70 years anniversary ng coronation. Very timely po ngayon sa sitwasyon natin. Sobrang dami ng kalamidad. Sa tingin ko, punong-puno ngayon yung magsisipagdatingan sa dati na September 8. Pero bago po yung koronasyon, meron tayong tinatawag na nobina, no? Nobinaryo. Among ibibigay ko na po yung detalye ng before the coronation. It is a tradition po na before the coronation, meron tayong tinatawag na 9 days nobina. So sa August 28 po, magkakaroon ng translasyon, no? Sa katedral from Chancery to Cathedral. Ililipat na yung banal na himahin, no? So, then starting August 30 hanggang September 7, ito po siguro ang bigyan nating panahon, no? Yung pagnudubena, lalo na sa ganyang sitwasyon, hindi lang yung isang araw na koronasyon. Bilang host ng Bikaryato ngayon, ang St. John Mary Vianney, pagsisikapin po natin na maging matagumpay itong nobina, no? Sa katedral po gaganapin every 5:30 in the afternoon. And then, after that po, yung coronation day po, yung September 8, magkakaroon po tayo ng during the 1:30 p.m., mag-start po yung Liturgy of the Hour. No? And then, magkakaroon po tayo ng kumpisalan sa Brensigiao Sports Complex. Then, 3 o'clock, more or less, yung umpisa ng banal na misa para sa koronasyon. So, yung pong selebrasyon ito ay magiging successful dahil ito, ang host po ngayon ay yung Vicary of St. John Mary Vianney. Ang bumubuo po na yung Metropolitan Cathedral, San Jose Paris, Santo Niño, Santa Lucia, Paris of St. Joseph ng Cabalantian, yung shrine po kasama din natin, yung San Guillermo Paris, at ang San Isidro Paris po. So, 8 parokya at isang shrine po ang bumubuo ng Bikaryato. So, para mas maintindihan nila, ito po ay binubuo ng St. John Mary Vianney. Kaya napaka-special po ito, no? So, sana lalong lumalim pa ang kahulugan ng selebrasyon ito. Magiging timely po dahil sa experience natin ngayon, no? Hindi lang sa kalamidad, maraming problema ang bansa natin, yung probinsya natin. So, siguro, wake-up call din ito, no? So, at the same time, kaya nga celebration siguro para isang pagsusubok na naman sa atin bilang malalim na kasalpantayanan dito sa ating mahal na Birhen, no? So, yun lang po muna. And yung other details po, si Yapon Jess po, mas alam po yung bang detalye nito. Yes po. So, baka gusto po ninyong magtanong para maibagay natin sa ating mga kapatid kung ano yung mga nais nilang malaman dito sa, especially itong celebration na gagawin natin sa September 8 po.
Ayun, maraming salamat po, Father Jess, Miss Edna, and Brother Vic Kinko sa pagbabahagi at sa pagbibigay alam po tungkol sa ating kasaysayan dito sa Virgen de los Remedios. At syempre po dimdam tayong kwento na ning VDLR ating Cruzada de Penitencia y Caridad. Ang pong syempre peka maulaga po kene ing kakatamong VDLR ing induning Kapaldanan, Tulaning Kapampangan. And at this point po, we will now move into our discussion proper. This is an opportunity po for us to explore further the history, meaning, and continuing relevance of the devotion to the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdon, as well as the preparations po for the upcoming 70th anniversary of the canonical coronation of the Virgen de los Remedios. We welcome your questions po, your reflections or insights as we continue this conversation. At this point po, we open the floor for our question and answer session po.
Maya pagat panapon po, Amon Jess, Ma'am Edna, and kay Brother Vic. Maragulya pong event din po. It's a milestone event, the 70th. So, baluta po rin Kapampangan, mga kaila po karas king religion, king paniniwala da, king faith. So, expecta mo po na marakala po ring munta, mag-join. So, burimi po nga balo retang detalye, like, nuka rin po maganap, na nula po retang kailangan tamo pong isadya, lalo na, i-expect na po yung traffic. So, how was the coordination? Nanula po retang ruta na pwede at alilabasan. Trata pa pong, and ita pong media coverage as well. So, banta, pagadyantaya po muna mga pwede.
Tutuya po itang sasabihan ng ma'am na marakala ding magaten. Napakarami ng mga nag-a-attend, especially the coronation day, yung anniversary. Unang-una, ang venue po kung saan gaganapin. Dito po sa Brensigiao Sports Complex, isang napakalawak na lugar na kung saan, hindi lang naman ito ngayon na ginawa, ito'y ginagawa noon pa po na even during the 80s and 90s. At buti na lang, pinaayos po ngayon yung lugar na ito at napakagandang balikan at dito gaganapin. Yun yung pinaka-venue. Manggagaling po ang mga imahen sa cathedral, ipoprosesyon papunta ng Brensigiao. At pagkatapos ng misa, ito po ay iuuwi sa chancery dito sa San Jose. That will be on September 8. At yung araw na iyon, ito po yung mga activities. In the morning, there will be 3 masses on September 8 sa cathedral. And then at 1:30 in the afternoon, mag-uumpisa po yung tinatawag natin liturgy for the Blessed Virgin Mary. So ating pong pamanalangin kanita to let the people be at peace at parang ihahanda natin sila para sa misa. At magtutuloy-tuloy po yun hanggang doon sa magkakaroon ng procession from the cathedral going to Brensigiao. And hopefully, at exactly 4 o'clock, nandoon ang prosesyon. Dahil yun po ang magiging kasunod po nito ay ang banal na misa na pangungunahan po ng ating arsobispo na si Apondong. At kung itatanong po ninyo yung mga ruta, may ipapakita po, ibibigay sa mga Facebook page na magagaling po dito sa ating si Posco dito sa Arts, sa lalawigan ng Pampanga. Gayon din po ang dito sa Kapitolyo na magbibigay sila ng complete informations kung saan yung mga road close, kung saan ang magiging daan, at kung anong oras ito isasara at bubuksan. At, pero ang pagkakaalam ko po, the moment na nag-umpisa po yung 1:30 in the afternoon, they will start to close yung lugar kung saan dadaan yung procession para po hindi magkaroon ng aberya, para dire-diretso. But ayon po sa napag-usapan namin kanina, the moment na lumampas na, halimbawa, na lumampas na yung procession at papalapit dun sa site, bubuksan yung mga isinarang mga daan para po yung flow ng traffic ay hindi magkaroon ng matagalang pagsasara ng mga daan. So yun ang gagawin na paraan para po magiging mas madali. At marahil kung mapapansin po natin, it is actually very challenging especially yung traffic, But personally speaking, when we talk about our devotion to Our Lady, the Kapampangans and also the devotees, handang-handa sila sa mga mangyayari doon sa September 8 po. I hope, Kuya Vic.
Karagdagan lang po, no? Yung umpisa po ng seremonya sa katedral, and then sa likod ng katedral dadaan yung procession, no? Hanggang sa dumiretso lang po sa High School Boulevard papuntang sports complex na. And then yung mga pupunta po doon, magiging drop-off lang po yung Pampanga Sports Complex. So wala pong magpa-park doon except for yung mga clergy sa loob, no? Tsaka ibang government officials. Selective lang po yun. Ang parking, allotted the parking slot po is yung Capitolio and Mega World. So marami pong space, no? Yung Pampanga High School compound po, gagawin ding parking lot po. Magiging parking space po ng mga clergy and other gustong pumunta po doon, no? So marami tayong mga, and I heard from our governor na i-deploy lahat ng mga barangay service shuttle para kung yung gustong mag-attend, i-drop off lahat sa Pampanga Sports Complex. So wala pong magiging problema, no? So yun po ang magiging added din po para yung iba hindi mahirapan sa pagpunta during the celebration.
Susugan ke po. You've mentioned kapartner tala po rin barangay. So mag-alat la po or gamitan la po rin patrol. Milan la po rin target tamong tumagon Katoliko king kaya katamong anniversary.
Base po sa ating mga nakaraang pagdiriwang, hindi po bumababa sa 30,000 devotees yung mga nag-a-attend. And for this year, I suppose mas malaki ang bilang ng mga mananampalatayang pupunta dahil inaabangan po talaga nila, lalong-lalo na itong dahil napakaluwang ng lugar po.
Mong, nakakatuwang marinig, no, na mas marami yung inaasahan natin. Actually, yun po yung susunod kong tanong. Ngayon, gumagamit na po tayo ng live. No? Dati po kasi for the longest time, na nagko-cover ako ng coronation, wala pong live yan. Dahil ngayon lang yung paggamit po ng Facebook, technology. Hindi po ba naapektuhan? Like yung minsan may mga iba na deboto na dito na lang ako sa bahay, tipid pa sa gasolina. Mas marami ba? Mas marami pa rin Kapampangan na nagpapakita ng malalim na pananampalataya?
Opo, mas marami po. At ako po ay nagpapatotoo doon. Dahil, siyempre, kung alam naman natin kung gaano ka-effective yung social media, but at the same time, when we talk about our devotion to Our Lady, we would like to see it in person. At kahit na po yung mga kapatid natin na nanggagaling pa sa malayong lugar, like Deng Manibatan Ken Danuman, Manibatan Ken King Salapungan, based from my experience when I was assigned in Salapungan, it was in 1995, as early as 10 o'clock in the morning, kami po ay aalis at pupunta lamang sa ganitong celebration. Lalo na po ngayon, dahil talagang napakalawak po ng mga na naibibigay ng social media para to invite people to attend the celebration. And indeed, kung makikita natin, ito po yung isa sa phenomenon na nakikita namin. Maraming kabataan ang mga nag-a-attend during the celebration. Dahil isang magandang palatandaan na ito na kapag ang mga kabataan ay mulat sila dito sa debosyon na ito, lalo ya pong susulong, lalo yang milalablab in kay katamong debosyon king Indong Virgen Maria.
Medyo sakitan kaya pong bagya. Magaling nga po kasing mangutang-tang minuna. Ne? By the way things are going, ne? We do not know what will be the weather on that day and what could be the situation of the towns on September 8. Right now, it's August 25. We still have at least 2 weeks, roughly 2 weeks, before our very historical and talagang unprecedented event. Kasi anak ko pa, mag-attend na kami. Eh? Pero at this moment, dakal pong makalbog, dakal ka rin talagang dagispisamban. Makapagdagis ngayon, huling. Makalbog. What I'm saying is, sa palagay po ninyo, kung ako na isang talagang deboto, mayroon ko talaga kareng manwalan, yung kapag nasan ko, talagang palto ko yung kanakong kasalpantayanan, Bilhen de los Remedios, Santo Cristo del Perdon. Pero ing albog, it hinders me to join. Whatever the water level is. Panikwanan ko bang munta as a form of penance, devotion, sacrifice? Or would you tell them na for your safety, atin tamong social media, at sula rin kayabe tamong king KBP, CLTV 36, RW 95.1, and other in Bright FM, palagay ako makalive la rin. Or yung mismong Facebook page aning Archdiocese, nano po yung matimbang palagay yung dapat danggawan. Kasi siyempre, munta ko kaya makalbog. Pote na ako bless, ating mo kanya O munta ko ka rin, palto ko na minta ko, migsakripisyo ko as form of devotion king coronation, king crusada.
At bagay po, reality tells us like today, talaga naman pong masakit, lalo na king albog po. At talaga namang in safety da rin kaya katamong kabalen apong devotees. Iya pong mumunan dili tamong sasabihan karela po. At margulya pong sauping in social media ngayon panahon tamo because we have live streamings as well at mag-connect la pa rin po. At and so on that note, indeed we are telling people, especially our elders, our ding seniors tamo, bangka tayo tala pigagan na kan kiyatanguran, sasabihan ng tala po din. At even in the parish, we do that. At bangkanita din kaya katamo pong yung mga mananampalataya natin na hindi sila na ilalagay sa alanganin. Subalit, which is the second point, I think when we talk about our connectedness to this devotion, for me, the way I encounter people, it matters to them to see in person kung ano yung mangyayari, kung ano yung celebration ng araw na iyon. Because I do believe it only minsan niya maganap para itang celebration kitang September 8. Kakadwa, it is not just about na panata kini. Kareng kwentong dimdam ko, kareng mag-attend, it is more than that. Because they see their connection to Virgen de los Remedios, ang tingima, ang tingindu. At balutan naman, basiking kaya katamong karanasan, potang ingima, iyang minahus. Ang giyampang naning gagawan mo, nung talagang marubdubiyeng kaya kang lugod king indu, you will do di itang isipan mong basta gawa kong paralan. At makauni po yung sahop na ning kay katamong vicarial host. Ang po kay katamo pong government, especially kay katamo pong gobernador nanay. Very in support the po, it's more than 100%. Like when we talk about ita pong halimbawa, we need shuttles, we need transportations. Sabi na, ipadala ko langan, bangkat na makasawop maragul. Kaya but when we talk about makananuya po ta, ding traffic magbuhol-buhol, sumahop kaming maragul, lalong-lalo na din kaya katang kapulisan, din kaya si Posco, ban kanita ang yang nung eman po 100%, or we say at least 70% or 80%, mahipsan niya ita, then they are doing their best. At kay ba't, kitang larangan na nitang itang halimbawa, ako manibatan ko pa mo king makabebe at makalbog ne po. Dakal naman pong paralan po tang burina ning miki katawan itang burina ng akit. And I think that matters a lot because the devotion is not just about itang ikit me baluta naman po, ikit me piblas, ikit mo rin bulaklak, ikit mo rin dakalataw, but more than that, po, when you are in the community during the celebrations, you could feel that these people are praying. At ita po'y madagula, grasya. Itang balo mong eka magdili-dili, king kang kasalpantayanan at balo mong, dening tao nga rin ni abe mula, at manyawat sao king indong virhen. Nanong man itang kang pangadi, which for sure, they have their own prayers with them. Kim bitbit data, maragul yung bagay po ita. Nyapin po pakikwanan mi ding kim vicarial host na anggat malyari, ating plan A, plan B, plan C. Miras kaya papin po nanding kaya tam meeting mi na halimbawa among ingalbog, halimbawa, miras siya hanggang keni. Should we continue the celebration? And we say, yes. Because rain or shine, the devotion will always be there. Our faith as Kapampangans and even those magdebosyon king Hindu, they will keep on living their faith to make it alive. And I hope, siyempre po, eta naman pangadi na asana muran. Siyempre, abe-abe tamo naman mga di, na during these remaining days, pagkalam nene nga pong ginuing masanting nga panahon, man kanita, ring dakala magdebosyon, magiyang mas makabaldugan karela. Lalong-lalo na itang selebrasyon. At pasalamat kami po keng social media, keng live streamings, kaya kayo, uling maraguling papilagag kaya kayong gagampanan. Lalong-lalo na po potang i-highlight yung makanyan kareng tao. Nanuya ba ka-importante karela ining selebrasyon kaya katamong panayan kanitin daratang September 8. At akalingwan ko po not to forget na po. Metong karing etamo kakalingwan maragula grasya na ing pundador tamo kining krusada ngayon ni Bishop Guerrero was already elevated as a servant of God. So buhin sabihan nita, nung ing memundar, menimuna king debosyon na iti nepo, at inang mga di kaya katamo ka rin king ligaya banwa, then for sure this celebration will be more and more meaningful. Ako po, oy tingka na akong paglalawi kasi lalo na ngayon may elevate po just this year and today, this year is also a celebration of 70 years na nupata, metong neng maragula. Grasya. Tayo pa mon po this na nitang September 8 at yun itang paganaka. It is a sign that Bishop Guerrero, Blessed Bishop Guerrero, mantabeya, kaya katamo, lalong-lalo na itangal do nga itauling tingkani ni para karing Kapampangan, ampong karing ating debosyon, kingindong Virhen Maria.
Dagdagan kaya po. Itang ako tang ng brother, magpatotoo ko kanini, witness ko kasi, anak ko pa, alos magaten ko naman karon ng coronation. Ing akakit kuping milagro, kung kapilan na ating sakuna, ating albugan, ating makanya na karinya apin magmilagro, ne? Apin ng milagro. Karin mas darakal. Witness ko yun. Every time nating makanya na kasakitan, karin mo akit kasalpantayan din kapampangan. Ita, witness tamuan kanita siguro, ne? So, ako man mag-worry kanita. The good thing kay social media, retan talagang senior na, retan talagang kaya porta makaluwal, uling makalbog, basta atin lang kuryente, atin lang kay data, ne? Makapanelbelang live, iyang maragul saup ita siguro. Apining maragul yung contribution o tachu ko ya Kenny. Kanya nung across po siya karengalwang media network ne, kasanting sana ne. Pero itapin po ne, very timely uling this year for St. Udning kayong may gumpisa kanina ni Cesar Maria Guerrero. So, palagay ko po, alang dahilan para maging successful. So, ito mo po.
Maya Payaldo po, among Jess, Ma'am Edna and Brother Vic. Mention nyo po nandin na involved la ring youth kareng activities tamo. Ako magtaka nung kareng pengari mi, apo mi, they are devotees. But how about retang young ones, rening sabihan tamong alpha generation, rening Gen Z. So how do we keep the devotion King Virgen de los Remedios na pong Santo Cristo del Perdon alive? Karening youth tamo. Magpatuloy pa ba yung tradisyon? How do we say na they are still very much parang involved or sabi mo namang interested in the tradition na gagawan daring kaya katamong mga tuwa, quote-unquote, mga tuwa ngayon kasi modern times na mga makanta po.
Okay. Eke po binggitan itang metong kareng magaganap within the diocese all throughout the year. Ne po. At intamo pong ausandang pilgrim image na ning Virgen de los Remedios, ang po ni Santo Cristo del Perdon. At adwala pong dake deta, which was, may kumpisaya po niya ninyang panahon na pong Archbishop Oscar Cruz. That was in the 1980s. Minuna po kasi deni pong imahin, metong yamong pair, apining nga tsukenikin chancery. Pero inyang panahon na pong Oscar, minayapa na uling pong kadalasan uling all throughout the year in Crusada na ni Virgen de los Remedios ang po ning Santo Cristo del Perdon, pupuntaya karemyayaliwang parokya, neng kay manaya kang mga 8 banwa, bayo yung magbalik. Lalo na ngayon yung panahon tamo, we have 98 parishes. At neng kay king meto nga parokya mag-stay for about 3 months. At most is 1 month. Impeka malambat 3 months. And so, nung dumurot siya, ing meto nga permo, you could imagine how itang malambat na panahon. But salamat mo naman ka nga pong Oscar, minayapa ng gawayang adwang pairs. Nating District 1, ampong District 2. Ing metong pupuntaya king Albugan, ing metong kenyang Aslagan. At magaganapin ni all throughout the year. Kasalukuyan ning metong at suya po kini king Vicaria, kini po king Vicariami, kini king St. Augustine Vicariate. Ating metong ngeni at suya kini Vicaria na ning Virgen de los Remedios within San Fernando up to papunta po ka rin king De La Pastagan. At kini tayo akakit itang masisese devotion, especially kareng anak. At akakit ko po, ako yung Crusada Director, at susubaybayan ko lang makayanong no karining pamamuntada rin pong imahin tamo. Aside from our celebration ngayong September 8 ne po, ating pong 365 days in a year na detangadwang tapo kareta, popasyalan dalaratang miyayaliwang dake netikim Pampanga. At karenta mo po akit talaga itang actual actual like itang how our young generations involve themselves, especially potang datang yung ding imahin daring mindu. Akit mo talaga karela itang sigasig, itang karelang preparasyon sa aliwa mo itang terak-terak lakindalan, potan itang detang miyusungening kay potang papuntane kitang kitang boundaries, manay la rin kaya nakan, kahit tumerak la, more than that, akakit ko puno makanano lang mag-involve karetang detang social actions na ning krusada. Like in my parish, Kenny po king Santa Cruz, at the time na tiyo ka rin ng krusada, den pong kayanakan ko, ila po ring matinding may gobra, not only kitang pamanipon king lamak, nune, deta pong social actions sa gewami like detang pamamunta ka ring masakit, pamamunta ka retang pakakalulu, potan sa lugsugane kasing makanya ning krusada, ing meto nga parokya, ang gakaretang sityo, puntala nala. At mag-stay ka ring sityo for about 3 days. At ketang pa mag-stay, magaganap itang formation, pamag-aral, kikasal pantayanan. There are catechesis that is being offered. Atin mo naman pong liturgy, apin po detang amanwan tamong different celebrations of sacraments, at itang peka-importante, which is service. Kenila po detang amanwan tamong extension, detang debosyon na kailangan ating maganap, pamaglingon, pamaglingap, lalong-lalo na karin pakakalolo. Yapin po, tan paratang ne po itan September 8, detang ganaganang pintalana, karin la po, deta ring mag-draw da kalak crowds. Uling, pota kasing mintayang makanya ning ding miindu, talaga namang halub da namo, elam ako. Uling itang very alive ay magaganap kasi from karetang young ones, ang kakaretang pekamatwang dili, ating collaboration sa magaganap, ating pamisan metong, at metong niya po yan karing kakit ko pong grasyang maragul, na detang lalo na deta pong parokyang ni kahit tahimik ya mo, madakala activities, potang datang ne po yung krusada, talaga namang nung pabulan la pong wewe, yung detang celebration na talagang it becomes alive. Nyapin, the moment the crusade touches the lives of the people, especially in the parishes, pangaras na po nining kaya katang preparasyon gagawan, not only within this vicariate, but rather even other vicariates, lalo na deta pong pintalana, excited lang ang pong excited. At may paintagon pa naman, ngayon pong banong ay tideng pintalana, kailangan pong masanting abili. Like in our vicariate, Keniking Lubao. Then po, bulto-bulto la po kanyan din po, tapong makipagkoronasyon la. Keni po San Fernando, makanyan mo naman. At and so, itang pigaga na kanta mo po, I think, pakibalak tala rin ng kendanuman. Dening manibatan king malusak, manibatan king masantul, king makabebe, king kaingin, and yet, I pretty much very confident nung elaman po makadatang ding dakal, atin lang siguradong representatives. And the youth plays an important part, especially kaya celebration. Uling ila po ring magaling, lalong-lalo na po karetang palamuti. Detang miyayaliwang retang taize, ayaman wanda, nadigdagda, dati-dati po, 24 hours yung pamagrosaryo, yan nitila pong gagawan ding anak na mga dila, putakay magkantala. Things like this, I think, are signs and symbols na we are touching the lives of our young people. At hopefully, these young people will continue the devotion until may maging malawak na yung malawak na po. At I think para dagdagan itang excitement, ating ko pong meto nga encounter kayanakan. Makanano yung may involved kening celebration na hindi. Bali po, na mo kasimple, inagkatyamong mga bitbanderitas. Uling edayag detang babaeng manalukyat at iya kaya tayo makikipagkwentuhan niya, tambay-tambay so ilaring inawos da para mga bitbanderitas ket ang panyatang naning krusada. And today, ining amanon ko pong kaya na kanay ni metong yakaring leader me, especially kening crusade hindi, na meging talasawan until now, itang meging karanasan na as a youth. During that time, he was only about 15 years old. At ngayon po, talasawan maraguli itang impact po. At ana, niyang kutnang ke, nanuya mo yung meging bunga na ke kaning ning panyatang naningindo. Sabi ng makanyan, siguro mo nga na nung eda ko'y nagkatgawang banderitas, palagi ko, durut-durut ko manting bayin tao, na alang direction. But since mig devotion niya king Indo, may biyasa yung migrosaryo, may biyasa yung sisimba, may biyasa yung makiyalubilo kareng kalupan ng kayanakan, then he became a leader ketang parokyada. At inyang maragula baging bunga in krusada. Because it really touches the lives of people, especially that ang talagang manakit. Kadwa, like that ang processions, agagawan, wari po na kay mag-procession kendalan po. I had one, metong ating ko pong pikot nanan, a very ordinary guy, kini po kindanuman kanita. Magbantay yung plaisdan. Yaman po Kapampangan. Uning iyang kitnan ko, sabi ko, Makayan Manong, may nakita ka bang dumaan dito na imahe nung itong araw na ito, na kung saan dito siya nagtungo? Kaya nga na po ka na ako, opo. Alam niyo po nga na, kaya man po kit na nung nanuying naning karanasan, alam niyo po, hindi ko maintindihan kung ano yung nararamdaman ko nung nakita ko po ang mahal na birhen. Pakiramdam ko, pinatawad ako ng Diyos. See, that kind of, sometimes, the simple things that we do in these crusades really touches the lives of people. At eman po, makapagmulala po ang lawen mo, po pong tangaman man ko nandin the personal devotion, or anything manyese, para misundu iting krusada nga iti. I hope I answer your questions.
Dagdagan ko na yan naman po. Kempong bikaryato, atin lang ako sa dalo bikaryato. Patang chewing birhen, balwan niyo po, renggang involved keng social media, yutla. So, most chapels, most parishes, at inang SOCOM, social media group. Actually, kaya na yan ken diocese, ministry na on social media. So, bayo na yung ministry yan. Anya, every time na chuya, kalupan na yung milyari keni, King St. John Mary Vianney, deng yut, atin lang harana kay Maria, atin lang taise, atin kumpisalan. So, atin mo rin itang gift-giving, atin kumpleto yun. Ikami king katedral, atin kaya pang clean-up drive, uliping problema yung basura, problema yung kay. Anya aking pamanyatang na king katedral kanyan, atin kaya ping linis kanal. So, involved lang ang pugan deng youth. So, anya itang worries tamo na deng kaya na kan kaya. Actually, very much active la. Ne? And itabin, witness ko ita, deng youth leader tamo, ngeni, very active la. Uling siguro mag-enjoy la rin kayong social media. Ne? Siguro po metong yan naman mamye direction kay katamo, especially kayo po nga tsukeng social media. Itang temang may kamit, may pili ngini po. Because the theme always gives us a track how to celebrate the September 8. Yung tema na po ay happening Virgen de los Remedios, induning kapaldanan, Reyna ning kapayapan.
it is very timely, especially nowadays, Nepo. At since we are celebrating this year, the year of Saint Francis, metong po karing didin ng tamong focus ngayon di yapin ing kalikasan. At very timely, again, very timely, especially Mamanuran, Miyalbugan. We are inviting people, especially our devotees, to again, pakamalan tayo ing kalikasan. Because as we experience it now, itang halbog, naman mo uling masikan yung volume na ning uran, for sure atin yan naman pong maging epekto ini itang the way we take care of our kalikasan ing kay katamong kapaligiran, lalong-lalo na po itang pamanugsekeng basura, barado la ring canals, hanggang nanatala ngayusan din canals, nung alata mong drive para gisingan tala ring tao, lalong-lalo na ngayon panahon na iti, magtuloy-tuloy ya. And the celebrations of this year for the anniversary of the coronations focus on this. Lalong-lalo na po makanano talang agkatanding tao ing even itang makanano ing ulaganan ding tanaman tamo. Things like this very very timely ya po lalo na po ining pinilidang tema ring ding vicarial host indu ning kapaldanan nga na. And we are actually asking the Blessed Virgin Mary ing Birhen de los Remedios ing pagkalam na kay katamo ni nga pong gining kapaldanan. At recently, ating ko pong encounter with this, I think kaya beta lang yun yung panahon na itine po. Ating ko pong dimdamay istorya, kaya rin niya pong anak ini. Itang deta pong pisyalan kong familia, kasalukuyan na tsulaking aliwang bansa. Anya kanong muli laketi magbalik bayan laketi Pilipinas. Sining anak da, she was then only 3 years old. Nepo, just very recent ya hindi. Kaya ba't itang anak, may diagnose siya ng ating leukemia. Uling yung kauli na kaya timengay na ya, lalagnat ya. So, in short, may kasakit ya. But you know, iya pong magbalik na lakarin, at kay ba't saktong-sakto, at tsula ring dala ring imahe na ning indung Virgen de los Remedios, ang po ni Santo Cristo del Perdon, ini po magpatutuyay tang kasabi ko, may nga diya, baliyo po, may paldan niya, and it is documented. Even the doctors, they have the documents. At nga nakaining yan ni 6 years old na, very alive, at alaning cancer. Si itang kapaldanan, grasya ya. At we hear a lot of stories like this, wish that it will continue the devotion, karing kayanakan, hanggang na karing makatwata mo po. Questions?
Inka ko po, I think, although may banggit na po by Sir William, and nako pong kaburi ka ring share yung anecdotes, pero I just want to share something personal po kasi na September 8 is actually, I consider it as my second birthday. Maki-birthday ko po ka Mama Mary because back then I survived an accident on the same date. And every year, that date reminds me that life is a gift and that being given another chance also comes with the responsibility to make that life meaningful and to be of service to others. Kaluban na po ning tema tamo po para king aldongay nina na 70 years of devotion, penance, and charity. Siyempre, I hope po na this legacy will continue to inspire not only those who have been part of it for many years, but also the younger generation. Because ngayopin po ka rin share, eventually, we will be the ones who will carry these traditions and values forward. With that po, I had a question in mind. How can we make this legacy that the VDLR and Santo Cristo del Perdon become more meaningful and relatable to the youth? Balo ko po, ikaming kaya nakan very much involved kaya po totoo po itang share you, especially po ring SOCOM talagang yan believe ko po ka rin, abe kung kaya nakanaranggangan pong material sa Milulwal, halos ila po yung gagawa. Shoutout ko na po yung kaparokya ko, yung Sir Clay Yabot po. I think yan po yung ginawa king poster tamo po for this year's coronation. So, in kakumu po, yung pekaanyaran ko po sana, a message from the three of you po, para po karing kayanakan, especially, nung makananumia pong, kumbaga, ataguyod pa, iting tradisyon, na aliya mo basta tradisyon, kumbaga po na milubya po ring values, banta mas ing BME, IBME po ita na meki, kumbaga we live and serve it po na aliya mo basta tradisyon. Ganino po kaya kayo pwedeng mag-start. So hanggang message siya mo po para kaya kami pong kayanakan.
Siguro, uling experience ko bilang church leader, rin kaya nakan, rin kaya balom na, meto lang sakit, may buntok rin, mga sisla buntok eh. Ne? Ikit ko dapat itang participation da karing organization, let's say, da kasing organization eh. Remember, den leader ken church, their server, tutwala. So, kailangan, pota kasi na yung kayong anak, lalo na potang busy na busy na ako, wala na akong panahon kempisang banana. So, panabilin lareta, katutok ng dapat. Katutok ng. Ako kasi, witness ko, experience ko mismo ito. Ing pamagumpisa ako bilang talasuyo ng pisamba, may gumpisa ako bilang choir. Naman buri na sa bembiyasa ko magkanta. May kiyabi ako umuuling ilang agyo kong pakyabayan. Sintonado ko pa. Pero, anya meging choir ko, meging youth leader ko, meging EMDC ko pa, meging ministry on service ko, ganagadang service libang ko. Ang kakimik asawa ko, kulikuan pa nga choir ko. And up to now, we have a family choir. So, apin ito. At the same time, ito continuous. Nung naning gawan mo, ang gapotan tumuha ka, renganak, collector langan. Mag-serve lang kayong pisamban. So, ita nga man mong legacy, kailangan continuity. Anya sa pamanagkat king serbisyo, den anak, wari, den kaya na kanilang pag-asa tam. Even ken church sila. Maulagay ita kasi, remember, basta continuous kang susuyo, ala kong balong continuous susuyo na minasenso. That's the number one grasya. Ne? Ala kong balong manyan. So, para ka na ako, yung kaya na nito, itang continuous serving the church. Itang involvement. Alwa mo itang potang asensado na ka, kain na ka, ay busy na ako, ala na akong panahon. Potang makanya na kaisipan, no itana, maputot na yan kanitin kaya kang kasalpantayanan. Wait mo po.
Ako naman, magbase ko kitang experience ko anting metong nga pari. Lalong-lalo na I encounter our youths nung makananuya ka-importante ning debosyon. King ka na akong paglalawe, the very core and the very heart of this crusade is to make people closer to God. At nakalapararan para agkatan ring special ding young generations, makanano lang maging malapit kingapong Ginoo. At ing simpleng pamangadi king Santo Rosario, metong iya pong maragula, grasya, uling, really, even our ding miyaliwata mong santo, the family that prays together, stays together. Magumpisayangan king familia. Potang impin challenge ganin ng kay maya pa ding anak makapagrosaryo la din pengari ulimbi sila wari. Anong kay lang managkat o teta magrosaryo. But not in my case during my time, yung anak ko, din pengari ko talaga mapangadila, mapagrosaryo. At itatang ko talaga iyang manimunang magrosaryo. At yung manungge, agkatana kami nga anak, hanggang tututuran kaya kanita, uling ketang matuaming bale, ketang putang mi sandal na yung buntok, kumakain ketang peka dutong, mi patutud kuling ulit-ulit yung pangadi. And yet, it reminds me until now that really the legacy is always how the family is keeping their itang relationships together. Uling ang pang like in the social media, akakit talaring anak tamo, no kabisi, karelang cellphones. We make it a point that in the family, they invite one another. Anyapin masanting naman, ang king cellphones makapangadila. Nung man balo po itang rosaryo, pwede kami i-download ito tang mga di magrosaryo, at antabayan na naka. And so I think itang makananiyo kasimple, itang gagawan, metong yung masanting nga paganaka, especially ka rin kaya katamong anak kita. And then kadua, I believe, ding anak tamong yan yung panahon tamo po, mantun lang kabaldugan king karelang gagawan. Madalas, akit mo itaking karelang, bala mo no kabisi keng social media, ne? But itang pamanintundang kabaldugan, pantunande parati karatang simpleng gagawan. At in krusada de penitensya, ikaridad, metong ya po yan karing didina ng pansin mo naman. Lalong-lalo na po tanga chuyaking metong nga parokya, to let these young generations would have an opportunity to share their faith. Especially po tang may papagkwento, which like ating sharing. And so from there, mag-develop ya po itay. Lalo na karetang talagang ikit na itang amanwa na pong convict na may gumpisaya as altar servers. And then eventually, detangabe ng anak tuki-tuki, makikiabe-abe kitang prosesyon, it will find ways. It will find ways para mag-continue yata. At in challenge ka rin, I think is makananumeng ipayabot kaya na kanitang na elamangalingwan king nga pong Ginoo. Ita sana maging mayap lang tao. Nyapin niya sa maging keng ugalida, we try to pakikwanan talang pakisabihan. Yan nung ating mga problema, king pamilya yata, the experience in the parish and also in their communities, maraguli ang bagay para mag-continue itang amanwan tamong legacy. And then finally, ako kapanwalan kay ni, uling tingkane ni nga pong Ginoo, alang sangkan para matdaya. Anything that is kanya nga pong Ginoo at mayap ya, it will bear a lot of fruits, lalong-lalo na karentao.
Mag-pick up ko po karetang sinabi dari amo nga po Vic niya. Muna, in Crusada, atin yung very unique characteristic. Di ba usually, itamo ring pupunta kang pisamban, itamo yung lalapit ka ring santo, itamo rin pupunta ka ring shrines. Niya. Pero in Crusada, it's the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdón, ikaridad, na dadalo kaya katamo. Yang lalapit kaya katamo. So it is God taking the initiative nung baga. Ne? So that's one. Nalinapit kaya katamo. What is there for us to do? Sunamo kaya katamo, pansinan tayo ba o alitaya? And then, what do we do? I believe kasi na God touches us, even the Virgin touches us in different ways. Siguro niya pinatsyo ko Kenny because of a book that I wrote. It was in 2006 ka rin kaya pinablish. Which, ala kong isipan na it was the 50th year of the canonical coronation, 2006. Bali mo yung kapilang kaya mo aisip na it was the 50th year, anyang Cardinal Ambo, may Thanksgiving Mass siya king Holy Rosary, binggita ni ketang kayang homily. Tapos sabi ko, ay wapin ne. Sabi ko, 2006, anyang pinublish ko yung book, it was the 50th year of the canonical coronation. For another thing is, ala na ako mambalak sumulat libro. Why did I write it? At saka, bakit itang time ay takarin niya palinwal? And another is, ako naman isipan, a few years back, isipan ko ng Dinan Camp Part 2. But I never got to do it. Potang yatang paplano me, matutuloy. Potang mo man isipan, kanitayang matutuloy. But, kemamburing i-preempt, pero siguro sabihan ko na rin. I might come up next year, which is the 75th year of the Crusada, with Part 2. So this is my way of pabaluke. It's a sort of information. Since it's a printed copy, usually, di ba titak na laring mamasangin, lalo na kareng kayanakan niya. So maybe I have to come up with an e-book. Or ating kang printed copy, ating kang e-book para it caters to different audiences. Ketang kukutang mo pin na makanano lang invite pa rin kayanakan. Nung makanano yung mag-continue in devotion karing kayanakan. Siguro itaping information dissemination. Itang ongoing ya pa in crusada, in pamag visit dering pilgrim images karing kaya katamong parokya. Tapos all the things that we do, maybe also put more emphasis on the lamak na initalagay itang bakit ba gawa ng Bishop Guerrero o ba't iniing maging response na itang problema kanita, makanano mong solusyonan o ba't debosyon niya yung ginamit na. Kasi, di ba rin Kapampangan, religious naman, mapangadila, ngapin niya. Pero, ang gaya ba kita mapangadi ka? Sana itang kaya kang devotion, midina niyang concrete manifestation, mibili ya king konkretong dapat. Or maybe, would you know nung nukarin niya melibat in Virgen de los Remedios, itang first na Virgen de los Remedios, it was in the 12th century, John of Matha and Felix of Valois, ginawa lang metong bitatag lang religious order, datang Trinitarian order, ing mission na nitang karelang religious order is to emancipate the slaves, the Christian slave, the Kristiyanong gewarang alipan ding Muslims, ne? So makanano mo lang i-free deni at ibalik mo lang karelang bale. King kerak landareta, malambat a panawon dabalong nanong gawan da. Pero ining kayang tinatag at Trinitarian order, iting main mission na. At ining mission na, ining religious order, kenani under the patronage of Mary. Pero alaya pang lagyo kanita, basta Mary. Kaya lang uling ng karakal sinawo para emancipate open dening slaves, ulin dakal in karelang linub a pera para gamit na kareni. Kasi bala mo, i-buy back mo lang, eh. In gratitude to Mary, inawos na Our Lady of Remedies. So that was the very first Virgen de los Remedios. Ito. So, ang gaman ngeni atsula pa rin Trinitarian order, emancipation of slaves, pero it's in social justice. Siguro makanya naman kaya katamo, di ba social justice mo naman, anyapin tinatag ng Bishop Guerrero kaya katamon. Yon, so itamo and itapin ka ring youth, maybe an ebook, itang something that caters to their needs and ketang paralan aayintindihan da.
Dakal pong dakala salamat. Atin pa pong.
Sulitan ko na yan po. Manibal po nandin sa South City Government of San Fernando, the provincial government headed by Governor Liliananay Pineda and Vice Governor Delta Pineda. Pero po kayang private sector, nino po kayang sasaop? Atin po bang certain families, certain individuals na sasaop mo naman po kaya katamong okasyon king September 8?
Atin po, dakala po. At of course, din pong kakatamong private sectors, they will rather stay silently and anonymous. But we have a lot. We have a lot, especially din pong kakatamong preparasyon na gagawan, din pigasusan. A big bulk of it comes from the private sectors actually. Mga dagol po kasing gastusan, lalo nang yaning September 8, like alimbawa, then gagamitan tamo pong andas, dening gayak, dening impamangan, detang maging ding piblasana ng Indong Virhen, these are coming from those who devote themselves to Our Lady. At when we talk about amounts, mga dagol na puret ang sao pareta, at a big bulk of it is coming from the Kapampangans in general. Uling pong kengkekatamo pong Archdiocese po tang like this coming September 8, at tintamo pong papalwala sobri na miras ka rin parokya. At deta pong sobri nga reta, lamnan dala ring tao. Putang kay piyabayabayan lareta, putang kay i-offer dala reta. At yearly, makalikom tamo pong billions kareta. Like last year, deta pong linob karetang saup. Nung ako po magkamali, if I got it right, at yula po keng 4 million. At deni po sinaup tala karing kay katamong katutubo. Karing keng bayong talakada parokya keniking porak na makapalagyuya keng Our Lady of the Poor Parish. At ingindong Virhen, metong yapuining selebrasyon na hindi karimeng alabasan na may kapatalakad tamo pong balepi pandalanginan, karing kapatad ang pong balena ning mismong pastor, ning pari, para magdatun as the parish priest. So I think when we talk about even our government, like Nanay Apopoy, Delta, Vice Governor, and even the local governments like the mayors tamo po, they share a lot. At normally when they share, deta pong like detang gasusan kini namang kini King San Fernando, like alimbawa po, siyempre tinyarin pong gasus itang sound system, tinyang gasus itang pamangan, so they share. But the big amount comes from the people, especially deta pong second collections. Amanibatan ka rin kay katamong mag-devote, devotees na, ako po kasi po tangking parokya ko when I invite people, isasabihan ko ka rin tao, naning iyang bagyo ngayong September 8. Potang kay kanita, mamiyela po kanita. And then, ako last year, maragulya, it's, mga pamulala ka, detang 20 pesos, 50 pesos, pota kasing piyababayan mo la po deta. Big amount la po deta. And then it really comes from the grassroots, which is this is the legacy of the crusade. It is actually taking care of our poor. Anyapin po atin tamong lamak. Ulingin lamak kay ni metong yang paralan para ligunan ang tabayan ng tala, especially ding pakakalulu karimyaya liwang sulok na ning kay katang Archdiocese. Because even our parish priest at ila pong pota pong makanyan, mag-alat la pong pondo para king Church of the Poor programs da. At usually po tanga chuyeng krusada, maragulyang saw para makalikom kang dakal kasaupan kapamilatanan ng pamanyaw karentaw. So I think makanitaya po yung lawe ko. So ini celebration tamo kay September 8 po. Bala mo glamoroso ya datang ne po. Pag maragul tayo po ini as Kapampangan, which other provinces won't have it ne po. But ita mo po balutan naman din Kapampangan ela mo kabud potang mag-celebrate ang yang naman ordinaryong birthday mo ang yang nung parapansit mo atin ini patrona ning Pampanga. At nung patrona ning Pampanga, nanupata, pisan metong yung si kananan ning pisamban, ang po ning gobyerno para magiyang mas makabaldugan ng celebration. That is how I look at the celebration, which we can root it out. Pwede tayong balikan ita ketang panahon ng Apong Guerrero. Gobernador Rafael Lasatin, apo po yapong Guerrero kanita, lalo na po tapong pupuntayang makanya ning kursada kareng mialiwang sulok ning Pampanga. Ana po ning kwento at pisan metungan ding adwakataw ban kanita ing kapayapan ipagkalubi at manatiliya king mabiluga lalawigan Kapampangan. At nakatamo man po pepaboren ni nga pong Ginoo. Indeed, nepo. Nyaping ketang dalit, ketang himno, nepo. Milablabing kasalpantayanan, menatiling kapanapan, king mabilog alalawigan Kapampangan. And that, maragulyang papel, basta sumisasauping mamuntukan king pisamban, pong king gobyerno, lalo yung mas maraguling maging masanting ng bunga. Nepo.
Mong, metong na mo.
Yes po.
Alin na pansit nga ni pasta nila.
Yes po.
Ilawe po kayong panimuno yo, i-architect Vic, i-tita Edna, ikayo po among. Ala kami nga kakita sumbagal nung talagang mga tiyampong masenso at saka masantinging maging kararas na nananing koronasyon. Karagdagan po, makaprepare ta na rin karetang aliwang support group like medical and pong security.
Yes po. At kasalukuyan po, tinta mo pong collective efforts sa gagawan, maging kempong din kay katamo pong doctors, PNPs, dakal la po makakita pong sabi po pupunan din, maka-station la po, lalo na, mo kitang vicinity nung nukarin maganaping celebration, nung maging kareta pong outside the city, atin po kanyan makaabang at mantabe po, especially nung sakali man maging mas mayas laging aldo, kay ba't, siyempre, nung atin mga liyo, misakitan din atin tamo pong makanitang preparasyon po. Ngayon, nung naman pong we cross our fingers, maging mauran niya, at kay ba't di nagulyeng danom, then pisabyan biya naman how to makanano yung maganapit ang procession, makanano yung maganapit ang Santa Misa po. Thank you po.
Dakal pong dakalas salamat. Thank you po to everyone who participated in our discussion. We hope that this afternoon's conversation has given us not only a deeper appreciation of our history of the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdon, but also a renewed understanding of what this legacy means for us today. And our, of course, sincere gratitude to our resource speakers for sharing their knowledge, experiences, and insights with us. At this point po, we proceed to the presentation of certificates of appreciation for our resource speakers. In grateful recognition of their valuable contribution to today's Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga, may we invite the chairperson, Ms. Nina Vitug, and vice chairperson, Mr. William Canlas, as well as yes, po, the rest of the officers, and of course, today's Kapihan host, Father Pep from Bright FM, to assist po in the presentation of the certificates. Kaba pong lalapit la po rin kay katamong officers, allow me to read the citation on the certificate. Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas Pampanga Chapter awards this certificate of appreciation to Reverend Father Jesus G. Manabat for sharing his invaluable time and expertise as guest speaker in the Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga, given this 25th day of August 2026 at Green Manor, Lazatin Boulevard, City of San Fernando, Pampanga. This is duly signed by Ms. Nina Carla Mendoza Vitug, Chairperson, and Mr. Mark William P. Canlas, the Vice Chairperson of KBP Pampanga Chapter. Ayan po, mag-post pa po para po king metong picture taking. Now we move on po, king kakatamong second certificate of appreciation to Mr. Vic Hinco for sharing his invaluable time and expertise as guest speaker in the Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga, given this 25th day of August 2026 at Green Manor, Lazatin Boulevard, City of San Fernando. Isabeta na rin po yung kang Miss Edna Gueco. Dakal pong dakal, salamat. Ayan po. Bright smiles po. Reminder na po rin kaya photographer, ala po magpiyak. Sige po, group picture po. Dito pong available. Malyari ta po magkabe, Kenny. Sabeta na po yung kakatamong group photo opportunity. Once again, let us give our three resource speakers a warm round of applause. To formally close our program this afternoon, may I invite Ms. Nina Carla Mendoza Vitug, the chairperson of the Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas, to deliver the closing remarks.
Muli, isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Sa mga present po dito sa Green Manor, Maya Pagkat Panapon, at sa lahat ng mga nanonood po via Facebook Live po ng ating mga KBP member stations. As we conclude today's Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga, we express our heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guests, Reverend Father Jesus G. Manabat, Brother Vic Hinco, and Ms. Edna Gueco for deepening our appreciation of the 70 years of devotion, penance, and charity of the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdón. We also sincerely thank our dedicated KBP Pampanga chapter officers and member stations for their steadfast commitment to responsible broadcasting. Of course, we would like to say thank you po sa ating member station na in charge po, host po for today. Of course, headed by our Standards Performance Officer, Reverend Father Joseph Mary D. Bacay, among PEP. Thank you po, and the rest of the Bright FM 91.9 family. Thank you so much. Of course, our beautiful treasurer, nakaka-birthday lang, kamakailan lang, belated happy birthday, Miss Patricia Mamangon Mercado, GNN TV 44. who just turned 40, to our secretary, Ms. Christina B. Reyes, DWAU 104.1 FM. In spirit po natin siya kasama. Of course, our Vice Chairperson from CLTV 36, RBC Media Group, Mr. Mark William P. Canlas. And yours truly po, marami po salamat po. And our gratitude goes out to, as well, to Mr. Albert Lacanlale of Sunstar Pampanga. Kong Albert, thank you so much for your presence and for your support. Special thanks as well to Brother Architect Vic and Ma'am Tita Hinko of Green Manor for their generous hospitality and support in making this gathering a success. Today's gathering reminds us that the sacred legacy is one of service, unity, and compassion. May the Virgen de los Remedios and Santo Cristo del Perdón continue to guide, protect, and bless our beloved Pampanga, especially during this rainy season. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw po sa ating lahat.
Dakal salamat, Miss Nina. And thank you once again for joining us this afternoon for Kapihan at Balitaan sa Pampanga. On behalf of the Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas, Pampanga Chapter, thank you for being with us and have a blessed afternoon.